Say.
Someone took it voting yet. I'd be whopping 100 people.
All right, ready to go? All right, I'm on the gavel, so. In accordance with Section 5 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975, notice of this meeting was posted on the bulletin board designed for that purpose, and notice was transmitted to the official newspapers provided by resolution adopted January 7, 2023. Meeting notice is also continuously posted on the borough website. May I have a roll call?
Yes, Mayor. Council President Morgan,
Here.
Councilwoman Phillips,
Here.
Councilwoman Egbert,
Here.
Councilman Addison,
Here.
Councilwoman Russo is absent but excused, Councilman Pagan,
Here.
and Mayor.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. I'll now begin with public comment on agenda items only. If you'd like to make a comment on any of the items on our agenda, please step up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Not seeing anyone stepping up for public comment. We'll close the public comment portion on agenda items and we'll move into the caucus work session. The only item on there tonight is the solar speed sign on Prospect Ridge Boulevard. I'm going to defer the clerk on whose topic that
I
is.
was going to ask if the chief
The
could
chief.
come up and,
Chief?
sorry, put you on the spot, chief.
Can talk real quick about it.
Yeah, just an overview of what was proposed by the county.
Basically, there's always been a speeding issue on Prospect because it's open, long stretch. And they've said many times, what can we do there with all the work going on down there? They suggested that they would like to supply us with an actual solar speed sign. It's just gonna be a box. I'm not sure what type of, I guess, structure it's gonna be on. I don't know if it's gonna be a silver pole, if it's gonna be a normal stop sign pole that's always posted in there. But with that being said, still, they're gonna install it. We would just have to maintain it. So it's basically free. It's a sign that they're gonna supply and maintenance on it. If something goes wrong with it, we're gonna have to accrue the cost for that. So, but other than that, I mean, it's a couple $1,000, I would say, probably $5,000-6,000 sign that the county's willing to put out there for nothing. So,
Did they say where they were going to put it on Prospect Ridge?
16, it would probably be the 1,600 block.
Okay.
So that being said, I mean, that's perfect, right where the grass is.
Yeah.
Where all the kids,
starts to turn.
right, where all the kids slide down, basically.
Dead Man's Health.
Dead Man's
Yes.
Hill.
Right. Yeah, I don't know who knows it like that, but yeah,
Everyone.
we did. We all know it. I'm not sure.
Well, then that's the speed of the sledders.
But I think that spot, that's probably the best spot for it, I would say.
You would think that's the best spot?
Yeah, I mean, whenever we put up our radar sign, that's where we would always
Well, I
put it.
said, there's typically one, you guys usually rotate.
Well, we would put our speed trailer there, we would put our speed box there, but it is gonna be a permanent structure like we have on Devon Ave, like we have on East Atlantic Ave. So it's just something that it's gonna be visible. I think it'd be a very nice thing. I'm glad the county came to us and told us about it. We've had a lot of issues there. We run radar all the time there. I mean, it's just, people pick up speed, that's what they do there.
Yeah.
So,
Is this one similar to the one that we deploy around town where it actually records the data for you and produces it for you?
not that I know of. I think it's just simply puts it up, probably starts blinking, telling you you're going too fast, that type of deal. But the box that we have specifically, that I can move from street to street, where that actually records, gives us the data that we need. So I don't know too much about this. Is basically the beginning stages. I was just kind of told, where would you like a sign if we could put one on Prospect?
Yeah.
Since it's a county road.
Any chance we can think about it, I know it's free, but to see if they can, what's the difference in price for one that's records the data, makes it usable for you guys to something that's just.
I'm not too sure, maybe $10,000 difference, I would say, But our box, see, that's where we can move our box all around town, the small one. I don't know how big this is gonna be. Like I said, this is just the beginning stage. I don't have any pictures of it. I could probably go check it out for the next month or so to see what we're talking about. But right when I was told about it, I was all for it.
Yeah.
I think it's a great thing. Wherever we can put them in town, I think it's a great thing to have. It does deter speeders big time.
Yeah, if they're willing to put one on station, that would be lovely too.
That's it. Yeah, look, I'm all for it, anywhere we can have them.
Yeah.
So, specifically since that area is getting built up, we have the pedestrian crosswalk right there. With the school, Glenview being right there, so, they were talking about restriping that area, so it's gonna be in a good spot where I think it's definitely needed. Definitely needed.
Do you know if they, this is like a side project too, but they also consider dropping in what they did on Kings Highway, where they got the blinking stop signs that lets across from our side of the park.
I think they are planning on doing that at like near the railroad tracks on station.
Flashing beacons.
Yeah, that's what, I don't know.
But I don't know.
I haven't heard it on Prospect and doing that. Like I said, I would love it every crosswalk.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
I'm all for it. First, I know they're talking about starting with the piano keys pedestrian crosswalk on both sides. But from there, we'll see. Everything can step up, just making it look brighter there, new signs. So that's all I have so far on it.
Yeah, thank
But at
you.
least-
I personally think it's a great idea. I think it's a specific deterrent.
And, yeah, I mean, really, our speed trailer, it's getting old, it's very old now. To where sometimes it's not bulky, it hangs out in the street, takes up a parking spot with all the events that are gonna be going on down there.
Yeah.
That's where it's nice. This is gonna be off the roadway.
Yep.
And should be a nice fixture out there, so.
Yeah, I think we all agree. It sounds like a good
Yeah, if I
plan.
get some more info on it, exactly how much, like maintenance wise, it's if something breaks, so
Yeah.
let's hope.
I think that's standard. Like, I know when we discuss things for Station Avenue, I think Craig was in the room. That's almost standard with the county, right? They'll provide,
They'll install it, but you have to maintain
that
it.
you always maintain.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the standard agreement.
But if I may add, some of the newer models of these signs, you can always expand on. So you may request through the county to, just supply the sign and the speed reader, and then maybe eventually the town expands upon that and adds the other features. Because if you add more hardware, you may need a battery backup, things of that nature. So
Right.
it's, the options of what you might want to ask the county about
Okay.
going forward.
Yeah, so I would tell them that council's very interested and we appreciate the offer and whatever information we could get.
Yeah.
Great.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Chief.
Yep, thank you. All right.
All right. Seeing that was the only caucus item, we'll move into the approval of the minutes of the May 16, 2023 business meeting. May I have a motion for the approval of the minutes of the May 16, 2023 business meeting?
Motion by Hagan.
Motion by Councilman Pagan. May I have a second?
Philip, second.
Seconded by Councilwoman Phillips. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstained?
Abstain.
Abstention by Councilwoman Pagan. Next, I'll look for a motion to approve the executive session minutes of the May 16, 2023 business session, meeting session. May I have a motion for the approval of the executive session minutes, please?
Motion by Hagan.
Motion by Councilman Pagan. May I have a second?
Philip, second.
Seconded by Councilwoman Phillips. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstained?
Abstain.
An abstention by Councilwoman Nagle. Next, the borough engineer's report. Right?
Yes. Good evening, everyone. Craig Riley, Box Associates. We submitted our record report. Just wanted to give a couple highlights. And then if there's any questions from council. DOT has announced that they're accepting the next round of municipal aid applications. They're due July 1st. So we'll need a resolution on the next meeting, the next June meeting, to apply for the next round of funding. Discussing with Dave, we figured we would submit for the remainder of St. Martin, Winfield, and New Jersey Avenue, just to continue that section of the town. Second project is the Devon Avenue soccer fields. We received the sod seal for that project. It's consistent with our spec. So we're going to distribute that to the tri-party representatives tomorrow, just so they can review, and if there's any comment, we're anticipating construction starting next week out of the field. So we look forward to that. Third is the 2022 borough funded road program. That project is substantially complete. We issued the punch list. Big Favors has begun addressing those items, so we're going to keep working through that, finalizing quantities, and getting to close that project out in the next couple of weeks. And finally, the Lake Street Pump Station Emergency Standby Pump Equipment Project. There's a resolution on tonight for awarded contract. That bid was, the low bid for that was C. Stevenson out of Bedford Park, New Jersey. We reviewed it, the documents were in order, our solicitor reviewed it, they signed off on it as well as the CFO for the certification of funds. And as of today, this morning, we received authorization to award from the DEP. So moving forward with that next week. Working on pre-construction contracts and certification for DEP for the grant certification. With that, that's it, unless there's any questions from council members.
The only, there was a Parks and Rec committee last night, and soccer's wrapping up pretty much done. They had a big concern about, once the construction gets started and it's finished, how they're going to be sort of policed in a way that everything has a chance to settle in and the fields can grow and toughen up. That's essentially what has to happen. So they want to make sure that they've had issues in the past where, because it's still a public park, you can't prevent people from going on it.
You can for maintenance reasons.
Yes, you're bringing it, I'm sorry, revenue.
But
Signage.
since if there's maintenance reason, you can restrict activity for that period of time. So
Okay.
as part of this contract, we will have a maintenance plan for the beginning of the settlement of the sod. So we'll work with Dave and the police department. We have to get a plan in place to keep you off the field.
Yeah.
Have you had the opportunity to put the well specs together so you can get that grant money to well?
We're working on the specs, but we're still working with Dave to get the pump size. Yeah, so we're still working through that, but that's what we're working continuously. Put that soon.
And just to confirm for everyone, that with the letter from the state that we received today authorizing acceptance of the bid, that'll satisfy, once that bid is awarded, that'll satisfy all of our requirements with regard to the Lake Street Pump House, and that the $150,000 for the state.
100,000, 100.
200?
Mhm.
Sorry, thank you.
Forgive
That
us.
will now be,
That is our understanding, and that is one of our next steps, is to get that certified before any construction is commenced.
great. Thank you. Thanks for all your work on that one today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to unfinished business, we have resolution 2023-110, resolution authorizing the 2023 municipal budget to be read by title only. And that is, and then public hearing, final adoption of the 2023 municipal budget, resolution 2023-111. Should we do 110 first, and then I read it on my own?
Yeah, and then I think it's a roll call vote for both.
Yeah,
Would that be?
good. Yeah, so that's
That's
what
right.
we're doing. Yeah, so, may I have a motion for resolution 2023-110, resolution authorizing the 2023 municipal budget to be read by title only. Motion by Councilwoman Egbert, may I have a second?
Pagan second.
Second by Councilman Pagan, may I have a roll call vote?
Council President Morgan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Phillips,
Yes.
Councilwoman Egbert,
Yes.
Councilman Addison,
Yes.
Councilman Pagan.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on now, we have public hearing and final adoption of the 2023 municipal budget. That's resolution 2023-111, resolution regarding adoption of the 2023 municipal budget. May I have a motion to open the public hearing portion of the municipal budget?
Phillips, so moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Phillips, may I have a second?
Egbert, second.
Second by Councilman Egbert. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstained? All right, thank you. The public portion of Resolution 2023-111, a resolution adopting the 2023 municipal budget is now open. If you'd like to make a comment about the budget, please step up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Not seeing any motion, we'll close the public portion of that meeting. May I have a motion to close the public portion meeting?
Phillips, so moved.
Motion by Councilman Phillips, may I have a second?
Please, second.
Second by Councilman Pagan. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstaining? Thank you. Now may I have a motion to adopt Resolution 2023-111, resolution adopting the 2023 municipal budget?
Motion by Hagan.
A motion by Councilman Pagan. May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Council President Morgan. May I have a roll call vote?
Yes, Council President Morgan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Phillips,
Yes.
Councilwoman Egbert,
Yes.
Councilman Addison,
Yes.
Councilman Pagan.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, moving into new business, we have Resolution 2023-112, resolution in support of the Click It or Ticket mobilization of May 22nd to June 4th, 2023. Resolution 2023-113, resolution awarding contract to C. Stevenson and Son, Inc. for the Lake Street Pump Station Emergency Standby Equipment Project. Resolution 2023-114, resolution authorizing refund of summer recreation program fees. Resolution 2023-115, resolution approving a raffle license for St. Rose of Lima Parish for the purpose of conducting a monetary raffle at the annual Christmas Bazaar 50/50 raffle November 10th, 2023. Resolution 2023-116, resolution approving a raffle license for St. Rose of Lima Parish for the purpose of conducting a penny auction at the annual Christmas Bazaar November 10th, 2023. Resolution 2023-117, resolution approving a raffle license for St. Rose of Lima Parish for the purpose of conducting a raffle at the annual Christmas Bazaar Walt Disney World Family Vacations November 10th, 2023. Resolution 2023-118, resolution authorizing submission of a grant application to the Governor's Council on Alcoholism and Drug Abuse. Resolution 2023-119, resolution authorizing the Haddon Heights Municipal Alliance submission of a grant application to the Governor's Council on Alcoholism and Drug Abuse, the Division on Mental Health and Addiction Services, DMHAS Youth Leadership Grant. Resolution 2023-120, resolution authorizing payment of bills and claims for the first day of June. And resolution 2023-121, resolution authorizing release of a performance bond and acceptance of a maintenance guarantee for the high school. May I have a motion for those resolutions, please? Motion by Councilman Addison, may I have a second?
Egbert, second.
Seconded by Councilwoman Egbert, may I have a roll call vote?
Council President Morgan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Phillips,
Yes.
Councilwoman Egbert,
Yes.
Councilman Addison,
Yes.
Councilman Pagan.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now open up the public comment portion, and it's public comment on anything at all. A lot of public comments tonight.
Just one.
You want, can I approach or go?
Yes.
Sure.
Come on. Oh, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Just give you some,
Thank you.
yes, you can follow along. I won't take more than 4 minutes of your time. Thank you, I appreciate it. Just some thoughts. I don't want anything. I would need to think about this a little bit. If you didn't want. Appreciate your time. Well, yeah.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
So you guys are good. You just like blew right through a budget approval, no pitchforks and all that kind of stuff.
That's, came on a good night.
I'm impressed. Anyway, let me tell you one here. It's kind of coincidental that I'll read. It's been a while since I gave a good pitch. So I'm going to read. I'm getting old. So it's coincidental that the direct effects of climate change are kind of punching us in the lungs right now.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but- So given what I'd like to ask you to consider tonight, I'll only take literally a couple minutes of your time. Thanks in advance for reading the action-oriented council report. You guys are impressive. I mean, I've been in town a while. I follow along. When there's no pitchforks and you whip through stuff like you do, you guys do your job. Thank you. So I'm here to not only thank you, but just give you some food for thought from somebody who's right here, all right?
Thank you.
Thanks for the hard work. It really shows. My name is Bob Costello. I was born here in Heights. I live at 1425 Sycamore Street. I've lived here with my wife and 2 kids for the past 30 years. I've contributed $300,000 plus estimate in taxes toward the town, so give me my 4 minutes. Okay? So, And we restored a 1910 farmhouse. We added 10 trees. You can kind of see where I'm going. Mr. Addison, I'm a former Haddon swim club president. I'm a retired manager in the defense industry. I'm 64 years old. I've traveled around. I've been around. Despite my background, I'm a tree hugger, and that's not a political statement. That's just who I am. I'd like to highlight the intersection of climate change, progressive development in Haddon Heights, tree cover, and the hard dollar savings and discriminator that green infrastructure can give all of us. You ever feel like you're at the intersection of something and it all kind of comes together and you got to say something to your leadership or whatever? It's one of those moments for me. So this is all within 2 weeks. Cornerstone mixed-use building proposed for Station Avenue. A lot going on here, a lot to think about, right? I get it. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Atmospheric carbon dioxide levels jump again. They're the highest they've been in several million years. That's our government taxes at work. They figure these things out, right? I'll keep moving, don't worry. Free trees to qualified Haddonfield homeowners, something called START, right? Retrospect. You guys with the retrospect?
Yeah.
story.
Gotta work the room, right? Four-town stormwater study and roadmap for the future. My son's an environmental engineer. He's a professional engineer. He's good. Went to Delaware, unfortunately, but he's made it back. So I get a lot from him, and I'm, like I said, I've been a tree hugger for a while. Let me get to my points, all right? Who we are, what we are. We remain a typical turn-of-the-century railroad suburb with tree-shaded streets and comfortable homes. That's from the website. If you read the website, it's on there, right? We have a borough code about existing shade trees, and I'm not here to bash the Shade Tree Commission. I'm really not. Everybody volunteers, everybody works hard. I get it. I had to plan. Yeah. So, but we can help the property owners, not only the street trees, but property owners. I have a strong opinion that we're clearly at a large-scale crossroads concerning the future of Haddon Heights, our town's very nature. I think we're there. I think we're a good group of people who know that. I hope so. I put together a few facts for your leadership decisions, and I know you're reading, but net loss of tree canopy in Haddon Heights is accelerating. It sounds like the Amazon's getting cut down this year. I know we're doing a lot of roadside stuff, but trees are coming down all over town. Yards, street trees. Like I walk down Sycamore Street and I find 10 tree wells and I see one loose happening. Again, I'm not taking a shot at anybody, but the overall loss of trees in town right now is like, whoa. You drive around and you listen, and I'm retired now, so I listen. All I hear is chainsaw. The lawnmower's got it, dog's got it, chainsaws, excavator. We're losing trees big time. Another point, and again, this is an intersection of a couple things. I'll get to my point. My interactions, 18 different conversations I counted with Haddon Heights friends and neighbors are unanimous, including they do not want to become what I heard referred to as, we do not want to become East Philly. Haddon Heights. We're Haddon Heights for a reason. And we have our environment around us for a reason. So I don't know anybody other than thinking out loud who really wants to become East Philly, which is a dense urban landscape. It's not where we live. It's not what I paid $300,000 in taxes to be a part of. We don't keep it something like that way. The Shade Tree Commission mission statement, steadily increasing the overall net shade canopy. That's hard. You know, we have wires on our street. Get out Haddonfield, we don't have any wires. Okay, we got natural band trees on both sides. If you look at it, us, we've got wires, and so it's hard. So, but we're in an opportune time right now. I consult with an environmental engineer regularly. The savings in dollars from runoff reduction. Flooding's a little problem in town occasionally, right? Savings in dollars from runoff reduction and energy reduction, cooling from the tree cover are both measurable and significant. You can dollarize those things. I'm not asking like you to spend money, but trees are cheap. You can dollarize the effect over time of decisions made about tree cover and green infrastructure. I hope you're feeling it a little bit. I'm Graybeard recommendations. Combine environmental and shade tree commissions to leverage efficiency and commonality. 1 + 1 can make 3. Both of the commissions take time and effort. If you combine them, maybe it's a little easier for a small town, and you kind of leverage that. By the way, I did go online and signed up to join each one. I'm not just here like, hey, hold my coat, to go fight them. I would like to be a member of either or those commissions, so I come bearing gifts. Drive a quick increase in residential and street trees / increased planting cadence by whoever, residents, I'll knock on doors, especially with street trees all over town, or moving restore up surroundings. Work around the overhead wires. Here's one, concerning the Cornerstone project up the street with the broken ground developer. Maybe think about leaning hard into green infrastructure with him. From what I read, people want to make money, and the case was made, and it's still got to vet through, but it looks like the developer's going to have the opportunity to develop that corner. What I'm thinking is, let's make him work for it a bit. Let's make some green infrastructure part of that. Let's set an example. That's a cornerstone piece up there. Go outside, smell the burning forest and say, hey, wait, do we want to fiddle our own words, or do we want to start to do something at a local level that can help us discriminate Haddon Heights? I'm off script now, but we're never going to be Collinsville. We're never going to be Haddonfield, various reasons, but we're Haddon Heights. Why not start to build a discriminator with green infrastructure? Maybe a greenway down to the park of the cannons. We're the only one of those towns with a county park into it. Let's start to work something cheap that can help us all. Maybe push back a little bit on what's going on outside. Cool the earth, suck up some groundwater, et cetera. So what I'm saying is, work with the developer to co-develop the vision without breaking the bank. Not to just give you things to do and just spend money, but say, hey, you're getting kind of a gem here. We want to work with you to shape that vision with a larger thing in mind. I'm just asking for your thoughts about this. I'm not pushing too hard, okay? Do not just allow building a big heat sink up there. That's a big brick structure. Same as a parking lot, unless a few things are done differently. Design with the end state in mind. Start to develop a greenway between White Horse Pike and the Camden County Park at the Canyons. It could be a low-cost discriminator for Haddon Heights. I'm repeating myself. Continue momentum towards a green, slow-down walking destination to lift everybody up. There are some good things happening. There are some good organizations in town. I see a lot of hope lately. I can feel it. Now the younger blood is kicking in, good ideas, the beer trail, I love it. But let's do it, let's drink beer smartly with the future in mind, okay? Set a smarter standard, use green infrastructure as a discriminator. We don't want to be East Philly, we want to make progress. And what I'm talking about a little bit is progress, smart progress. Again, thanks for your time and consideration. And thanks for leading our town responsibly. So I appreciate it.
Mr. Gosselin, thank you. No, we appreciate all your
Questions
insight.
or comments?
Yeah, no, I'm sure Tom will, he runs, he's the liaison.
Those are my 2 committees.
She treated-
You can be on both if you like.
You're
I certainly didn't come here to criticize.
No, I know.
It's all
I'm
work.
happy
So,
here.
it's like, you get it. You were at Haddon Glen, you're here to serve. You hear a lot of things, but
And
Tom
Tom,
showed you, man, it's a good time.
You're getting recruited by Tom, right?
yeah, Tom champions that. I mean, like all of his projects, the well project, which you heard him mention, I guess, correct. These are all things that Tom has worked on to try to, again, like,
Yeah.
that is his niche and he champions that. So I would point you in the direction of Tom. In regards, the only thing I know myself and Councilman Phillips can talk about would be the broken ground property. One huge thing that we really loved about those developers were they are, I can't say they're gonna be the first green roof, because I know one that came before planning board in a residential property, but they did propose a green roof install there, because they know that that's one of the large, that's the biggest issue you have in the corridor.
And I knew coming here that you guys know more than I do about what's going on.
No,
Admittedly,
I think
I used to be on Shade Tree Commission, I ran into something called a cardiac arrest, and now I'm kind of back in swing, so.
Yeah.
You know, now that I'm retired, I want to, like, put up a shut up, I want to chip in a little bit, but I did have some thoughts to say, hey,
On the shade tree side, we're planting 100 trees right now, this season, and then we're doing another 100 in the fall. Now, the small ones, I do need help watering badly, because they're planted in the heat of the summer now.
all right, Chad, I get it. I
Yeah, I was out there Monday night.
I have 16 acres in the Adirondacks, and
Yeah.
I'm driving up tomorrow to water.
Believe it or not, we're trying to work, we did, High Street and then Maple Avenue, but we summoned 77 people on High Street that were planting trees, 28 people rejected trees. 5%, I was shocked by that.
That's
Yeah, so we're working our way across the west side of town, because they're in the most significant need of trees, so we're doing that.
I'll knock on, I don't have the most time in the
Yeah.
world, but I'm here to volunteer, so anyway.
Yeah, and shade tree, we need, like the third Wednesday at
Yeah.
5:30. It's on the Borough website.
I see it, yeah.
I have your number, email, shoot you an email, and then
Shoot me an email.
Environmental Commission meets, in the same, it's all on the Borough website.
My suggestion of combining them is just to leverage.
I think they have, we coordinate things together,
Yeah.
and we do projects together. But I need people on Environmental Commission right now. Shade tree is pretty strong. And there's an opportunity for $25,000 to $50,000 in grants. We can put all the trees on a computer program. So that's the goal for the next
My
year.
son's got access to a lot of
Yeah, if we can do that, we get it.
inside on grants, et cetera.
Yeah.
So I may be able to help in ways that
We got a lot of things going on. If you want to come out,
I do, and I will.
Okay.
Connect with you guys to the admin meeting.
Yeah, and feel free to reach out to Mayor House and I, since we're doing redevelopment predominantly. Like you said, I think a lot of the historic stuff has overshadowed some of the other
Yeah, I get it.
parts of the development.
I
But if you have any ideas with respect to redevelopment and environmental, I'd be happy to
I
hear.
do, I laid some out, just,
Yeah, so feel free to reach out to us.
think about a vision.
Yeah.
And-
We appreciate it.
And get there, thank you.
Perfect. Nice seeing you.
Any other public comment? Seeing none, I have a motion for adjournment. Motion by Councilman Egbert, I have a second.
Motion by Bailey.
Seconded by Councilman Pagan. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or adjourned? Or
Aye.
adjourned?
I might, I don't remember.